Hi YouTube, PlayStation Nation here. Thought I'd fetch you something different today, and this is my Blu-ray collection, and I'd like to dedicate this video to my friend Samuel8576 Montages. He's got a really cool channel, and also check out Blu-ray Beddy. He's got a massive Blu-ray channel. So yeah, I've not got like that many, but I've got some really good ones. So I'll start out with my steelbooks, which there aren't many. Battle Los Angeles, it's okay, not the greatest. Avengers Assemble, really good film. Definitely see it. Essential if you're a fan of Marvel superheroes. The Amazing Spider-Man, my favourite film of last year. It was absolutely amazing, no pun intended. Men in Black, slight damaged cover, but a really cool film. Had a lot of fun watching this. Halo Legends, although my channel says PlayStation Nation, I'm also an Xbox gamer, and I'm a massive Halo fan. So this is a pretty cool film. The Dark Knight Rises, second favourite film of last year behind The Amazing Spider-Man, and just awesome, fitting end to Christopher Nolan's trilogy. Next up is Sweeney Todd, possibly one of Johnny Depp's best roles after the Pirates of the Caribbean. It's actually a musical, it's kind of like a horror musical, and it's a really good film, well worth watching. Resident Evil Retribution, I'm a big fan of the Resident Evil films. They're really cheesy and not great, but they're enjoyable. I'm a huge fan of the game, so I enjoy the films. Next up is X-Men First Class. Amazing film. I really hope they follow on from this, because this was really good, like, explanation of the origins of the X-Men, and well worth seeing. Again, if you're a fan of superheroes, it's essential. Next up is V Vendetta. It's a great film. I've only watched it once, but it's awesome. It's really cleverly done. Next up, one of the funniest films I've ever seen, Ted. I'm a huge fan of Family Guy and American Dad, so this is like Seth MacFarlane's first feature-length movie, and it's an absolute win. Next is Taken. This seems to be like film 4 just about every week, but it's a brilliant film. I wish Liam Neeson was my dad. He's just amazing. He comes across as like Sam Fisher. Superbad, worst film of all time. Casino Royale, I think everybody that got a PS3 when it came out has got this film. Not the greatest Bond film, but it looks stunning. One of the first Blu-ray releases, and it was technically really good. Next is Transformers Revenge of the Fallen. I didn't like it. Not as good as the first one, nowhere near as good as the third. They made it too comedy. It just wasn't as good as Dark of the Moon, which is just amazing. Again, fitting into a trilogy, and I really hope they do something special with the next Transformers film, because they're really going in the right direction after this one. Next is Total Recall, remake of the classic Arnold Schwarzenegger film. It's okay. It's got the guy from Breaking Bad in it. Bryan Cranston, I think he's called. That's it. Terminator Salvation. It was okay. Supposedly like first in a trilogy of new Terminator films, so waiting to see where they're going next with that. That was okay. Next up is Sucker Punch. I got this because it was by the same guy that did 300, but it was nowhere near as good. Next is Star Trek Into Darkness. Not as good as the original Star Trek movie, but it's still okay. I enjoyed it. Next is Spider-Man 3. Probably the worst of the original Spider-Man trilogy. Next is Skyline. Looked forward to it, didn't enjoy it. Next is Prince of Persia, Sands of Time. Big fan of the games, and it was an okay movie, enjoyed it. Next is Resident Evil Afterlife. Yeah, best Resident Evil sequel yet. I've lost track of which one's which in the Resident Evil series, but it was okay. Resident Evil Damnation. This was a computer generated one, and yeah, like I said, I'm a fan of the game, so I enjoyed the film. Next is Pandorum. The trailer looked good. The film wasn't really that good, a bit confusing. Next is Rise of the Planet of the Apes. Absolutely amazing film. Really enjoyed watching this, well worth getting. Just a great, great film. Fantastic special effects. Move on here out of the way. Next is Wolverine X-Men Origins. I've not seen the sequel yet, but this was okay. Not as good as the game. Prometheus. This was good. This was kind of like the origin of the Alien films. Again, a bit confusing in places, but it was okay. Enjoyed it. I say that about every film I know. Skyfall, best Bond film ever. Need to say more. Next is Paul, one of the funniest films of the last few years. Not quite as funny as Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz, but yeah, it was cool. I enjoyed it. Next is Resident Evil Degeneration. I have a lot of Resident Evil movies. This one was okay. Next up is Olympus Has Fallen. It's my favourite film of the year so far. Die Hard in the White House, and just amazing, amazing film. And Matty Woods likes it, so that's going to be good. Next, Iron Man 2. Not as good as the first Iron Man, but okay. These are in no particular order, in case you're wondering. Inception, really, really confusing, but great special effects and an okay film. Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, yeah. After Earth, my most recent Blu-ray purchase. I wasn't looking forward to it, and I enjoyed it. It was good, but it could have been longer. Could have needed an extra half an hour maybe, because it was just getting good, and it ended. Next up is the Alien Anthology box set. Alien, Aliens, Alien 3 and Alien Resurrection. Got all four for £15 from HMV, which was cool. Immortals from the producer of 300. Not as good as 300, but still a really good film. I enjoyed it. Henry Cavill is now Superman, and it just looks amazing in that film. It really does. Hugo. It's a 3D Blu-ray, but I don't have a 3D Blu-ray player. Really, really enjoyable film. Didn't think I was going to like it. I got it because I was like getting a 5 for £30 from HMV, and I just needed something to something else, and I got that, and it was good. I enjoyed it. I was glad I got it. Next is Heat. I've not actually seen this yet, but apparently it's really, really good. Next is Hancock. Possibly Will Smith's worst film. Did not enjoy it. Next is Goodfellas. I've not watched this yet either, but apparently it's really good. Next is G.I. Joe Retaliation. Better than the first one. It was okay. Next is Expendables. Second greatest action movie I've ever seen. Next is Expendables 2. Greatest action movie I have ever seen, and I can't wait for Expendables 3. Next is Iron Man, the first one, and it was really, really good. Better than I expected, and just amazing. Next up is The Dark Knight. This was such a fantastic film. Heath Ledger's performance was just amazing, and this film is just worthy of all the praise it gets. It was fantastic. Dredd 3D. Again, couldn't find the basic copy, so I got this. It was alright. Bit grim and dark in places, but yeah, okay. Dante's Inferno. Massive, massive fan of the game. Had it on PS3 and Xbox, completed it multiple times, and yeah, so I got the Blu-ray, which is like 6 or 7 different stories based around the game. Crank 2, High Voltage, or Infamous, the movie, if you played Infamous. Just fantastic, fantastic film. Really funny in places, really amazing. So worth getting. Cloverfield. I got this from America actually, and it was okay. Not as good as I expected, but it's still okay. Captain America, the First Avenger. Really underrated film, better than I expected, and set up for the Avengers. Next is Black Sheep. It's a horror comedy from New Zealand. It's okay. It's worth seeing. If you get it cheap, then get it. Avatar. Absolutely everybody owns this. Just amazing, amazing special effects. Get it. Just get it. It's fantastic. Next is An Idiot Abroad. I don't know why I got this. I might have got this as a present. I've watched a bit of it. Not a huge fan of it. Iron Man 3. Great film. better than Iron Man 2, as good as Iron Man 1, and even though Tony Stark is really only Iron Man for about a quarter of the film, but it's good, it's very good. Next is Senna. I got this free with my copy of F1 2013. I've not yet opened it, so can't say anything about it. Fast and Furious 6. Sorry, low battery message just came up. Best in the series. I think I've not seen the fourth one, but this is amazing. Very, very worth watching. Next is A Good Day to Die Hard. It's okay, nowhere near as good as Die Hard 4.0, but still worth getting if you're a fan of the franchise. Next is 300, possibly my favourite film of all time. It's just amazing. And this is Sparta! Sorry. Yeah, Spartans are cool. 28 weeks later. Okay, not as good as 28 days later, but still really cool. 21 Jump Street. Didn't think I was going to like this, picked it up as part of a 5 for 30 quid offer, and really, really fun film, great action comedy, you should definitely watch it. And finally, another one of my favourite films, 2012, about the end of the world in 2012, obviously it's nearly the end of 2013 now, so it didn't end, so, you know, sorry to give away the spoilers. So, let's say that was my small, medium-ish pile of Blu-rays. Thanks very much for watching. Comment, like, subscribe, and I'll catch you later. Bye.